3 girls. 3 rich men. 3 gold watches, all carrying the same warning. Never take it off. They didn't know those watches weren't keeping time. They were counting it down. By dawn, 2 were dead. The night of the promise. Friday nights were sacred to them. No matter how chaotic the week, Tina, Maura, and Lila always found their way back to each other. 3 friends bound by laughter, ambition, and the dream of living beyond their means. Tina was fire, bold, reckless, and loud. Maura was the soft one, a dreamer, easily swayed by charm. Lila was quiet, observant, and cautious, the kind who said little but noticed everything. They lived together in a small apartment in Eldora City, sharing clothes, secrets, and sometimes heartbreaks. But what united them most was their hunger for more money, more adventure, more life. That Friday, Eldora glittered like a jewel under rain. Streetlights shimmered like promises, and perfume filled the air. Before the mirror, they painted confidence onto their faces. Tina slipped into her heels and grinned. Tonight, no darling. We are not leaving that club empty-handed. Maura laughed nervously. You mean no broke guys? Exactly, Lila muttered, checking her reflection. We're too fine to waste on boys who ride scooters home. They laughed together, unaware that the night they dressed so eagerly for would be the night everything changed. The Club of Shadows. A sleek cab waited outside, headlights glowing through the drizzle. Moments later, music swallowed them as they stepped into the Mirage Lounge. Lights spun across mirrored walls, the air thick with laughter and bass. Within minutes, 3 men noticed them, seated at the velvet VIP corner where no one queued or paid. They looked powerful and poised, men who didn't need to raise their voices to be heard. One, tall and caramel-skinned with a diamond bracelet, locked eyes with Tina. Another, dark and broad, smiled softly at Maura. The third, dressed in a crisp white shirt and gold watch, said nothing, just stared at Lila as if he already knew her name. The waiter arrived with a golden bottle of champagne. Compliments from the gentleman, he said. Tina smirked. Tell them we don't drink cheap, she teased, though she had never tasted such luxury. Minutes later, the men joined them. Laughter melted into whispers, and whispers into dancing. Around 3 a.m., all 6 left together, laughter spilling into the night. 3 luxury cars waited outside, a black Falcon SUV, a white Vera Rover, and a blue Astra Coupe. Tina blew kisses to her friends as she stepped into the Falcon. Maura slid into the Rover beside her suitor. Lila paused before the Astra. Her quiet man smiled. You'll love my view, he said. As her heels clicked across the wet pavement, she glanced back, her last look at her friends beneath the neon haze. 3 gifts. At the Falcon mansion, Tina's host, Adrian, offered wine, laughter, and warmth. When she began to drift off, he opened a small velvet box. Before you sleep, he whispered, a token to remember tonight. Inside lay a glowing gold wristwatch. It's one of a kind, he said. Made just for you. Never take it off. Tina smiled sleepily. You talk like it's alive. Adrian brushed her lips. Everything that holds time lives. As she fell asleep, the ticking matched her heartbeat. Across Eldora, Maura's night with Nicholas followed the same pattern. A soft laugh, a drink, a kiss, then the same velvet box, the same gold watch, and the same warning. By the lagoonside mansion, Lila's host Victor did the same. You're different, he murmured, fastening the glowing watch to her wrist. Never take it off. And as all 3 girls slept, the ticking grew louder, 3 watches beating in unison across the city. Morning after. By noon, the girls were home, tired but glowing. Then Tina noticed Maura's wrist. Wait, where did you get that watch? Nicholas gave it to me, Maura said. He said it's one of a kind. Lila froze. One of a kind, she echoed, lifting her arm. Because mine looks exactly like it. They compared, identical watches, same engraving, forever yours. They laughed it off. Maybe they all shop at the same place, Tina said. But none of them noticed the faint ticking beneath the chatter, 3 golden hearts beating together. The countdown. That night was unnaturally still. Rain threatened but didn't fall. Around midnight, Lila screamed. My head. My head. Tina and Maura ran to her. Her wrist glowed faintly, veins rising beneath her skin. The watch burned into her flesh. Take it off. Tina yelled. But it wouldn't budge. Lila's body convulsed, her screams cracking into silence. The ticking continued. Tina froze. Maura sobbed. Then both saw it, their own watches glowing softly in the dark. And a whisper filled the room, low and male. Time always takes what it's owed. The fire spreads. Panic consumed them. They tried prying the watches off, but the clasps tightened instead. The ticking grew louder, like a countdown. Tina screamed first. It's burning. Her body seized, then went still. Her watch dimmed to silence. Maura stumbled out into the street barefoot, pounding on her landlord's door. Help. Please. They're dead. Mr. and Mrs. Onari, their elderly landlords, rushed out. They saw the glowing gold on her wrist. Remove it. Mr. Onari cried, grabbing a knife. A spark flew the blade across the corridor. Mrs. Onari gasped and fetched holy oil, praying aloud. Every strange fire, die in the name of God. She poured it over the burning watch, but the oil sizzled, feeding the flames. The ticking quickened until, at last, it stopped. The gold turned dull gray. Maura collapsed, sobbing, as the old couple whispered trembling prayers. Mr. Onari tried again with a screwdriver. After one final twist, the clasp snapped, and the watch fell off, clattering across the tiles. Blood ran down Maura's wrist, but she was alive. They wrapped her wound and carried her to safety. As they turned away, the fallen watch glowed faintly again, and its hands moved backward. The aftermath. By dawn, sirens surrounded the compound. The police found Tina and Lila lifeless on the apartment floor, peaceful faces, wrists marked by golden rings. But the watches were gone. Maura sat trembling in the Onari's home, her arm bandaged, her mind broken. In the hospital, she couldn't sleep. Every sound, the wall clock, the monitors, reminded her of ticking. And though they said the watch was destroyed, she could still feel it, deep under her skin, pulsing softly with every heartbeat, as if time itself had chosen to stay. Moral lesson. In life, not everything that shines is meant for you. The night may glitter with promises of pleasure, wealth, and attention, but behind some smiles hide intentions darker than midnight. Tina, Maura, and Lila only wanted comfort and adventure. But they followed charm instead of wisdom. They accepted gifts without asking questions. They wore what they didn't understand. Be careful what you accept. Be careful who you follow. Be careful what you put on your body, because not every gift is a blessing.